Welcome to the Papyrus Global Television National News Update. I am Christiana Babayo. Here are today's headlines. NAF airstrike hits civilian market in Zamfara. Over 100 feared dead. Over 300 suspects convicted in mass terrorism trial in Abuja. Nigeria's 68.3 trillion naira budget sparks deficit concerns. CBN reforms improve naira stability and forex liquidity. Kidnapping crisis under scrutiny nationwide. NNPC exports first Cawthorne crude cargo to Europe. Rural attacks kill dozens across Benue and Nasarawa. Kaduna church attacks and kidnapping surge intensifies. Borno military bases attacked in coordinated insurgency strikes. Lagos Fanti Carnival celebrates Afro-Brazilian heritage. And now the news in details. A Nigerian Air Force operation on Saturday, April 11, 2026 reportedly killed over 100 civilians after a strike hit a busy market in Gidansama, Maradun local government area, Zamfara State. The operation was carried out under counter-bandit missions targeting armed groups in northwestern Nigeria. According to military spokesperson Air Commodore Ibrahim Bagarba, the strike was based on intelligence indicating bandit movement in the area. However, eyewitnesses say the bombs instead hit a crowded market where traders from surrounding villages had gathered for weekly trading. Survivors, including Musa Sani, a trader injured in the blast, described panic as explosions tore through the marketplace. Another resident, Aisha Bello, said she lost 2 children during the incident, stating it was not a battlefield, it was a market full of innocent people. Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal visited the scene in Maradun on Sunday, April 12th, describing the incident as deeply tragic and unacceptable. The Nigerian Air Force has announced a full investigation into possible intelligence failure or misidentification of targets. A federal high court in Abuja, presided over by Justice Emeka Nwite, on April 13, 2026, convicted 386 terrorism suspects linked to insurgent activities across Nigeria. The defendants were arrested during military operations in the northeast involving groups connected to Boko Haram and Islamic State West Africa Province, ISWAP. Prosecutors from the Federal Ministry of Justice, led by Attorney General Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, presented evidence including intelligence reports and confessional statements. Sentences ranged from 5 to 20 years imprisonment, depending on involvement. Officials say the ruling strengthens Nigeria's counter-terrorism framework, though groups, including Amnesty International Nigeria, have raised concerns over due process and legal representation. Nigeria's proposed 68.3 trillion naira 2026 budget, presented by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the National Assembly in Abuja on October 8, 2025, is facing growing scrutiny. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, defended the budget, describing it as growth-driven and infrastructure-focused. However, economists, including Bismarck Rewen of Financial Derivatives Company, warned that revenue projections may not meet expectations, raising concerns about increasing borrowing. The Senate Committee on Appropriation, chaired by Senator Solomon Olamilekan Adiola, has requested further clarification on revenue assumptions and debt projections before approval. Reforms introduced by Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Olayemi Cardoso are beginning to stabilize Nigeria's foreign exchange markets. The policy includes exchange rate unification, stricter FX monitoring, and tighter monetary controls aimed at reducing speculation. In Lagos and Abuja, Bureau de Change operators report improved liquidity and reduced volatility, though demand remains high. Economists such as Tope Fashua and Johnson Chukwu say the reforms are restoring investor confidence, but warn that stability depends heavily on continued oil inflows and fiscal discipline. Nigeria continues to face rising insecurity, with over 1,100 kidnapping cases reported across several states. Hardest hit areas include Zamfara, Kaduna, Niger, Katsina, and Kebbi states. Security analyst Sani Zaka in Abuja describes the crisis as a decentralized criminal network operating from forest corridors across the northwest. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has ordered increased patrols and intelligence-led operations, but rural response delays remain a major challenge. We will now take a short break and the news will continue when we come back.
Paglogma 2026. The Papyrus Global launches new series starting Tuesday, 3rd March 2026. The conversation starts now across Africa. Our languages may differ, our borders may separate us, but our struggles bear semblance. Communities seeking opportunities, youth demanding inclusion, citizens calling for transparency. These are realities that unite us. Africa is united by a common challenge and a common responsibility, building resilient, inclusive, and sustainable communities. To set this conversation in motion, the Papyrus Global is launching the pre-conference live series, Governance That Touches Lives. Let's start where it matters the most.
Welcome back, and now the news will continue. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL), led by Group CEO Mele Kyari, has successfully exported its first Cawthorne crude oil cargo to Europe. The crude was loaded from offshore terminals in the Cawthorne Channel by Ulster State in early April 2026. Energy executives including Adedapo Shegun, Executive Vice President for Upstream, coordinated the shipment. Analysts say the development could strengthen Nigeria's foreign exchange earnings, though concerns remain over oil theft and insecurity in the Niger Delta. Between April 12 to 13, 2026, coordinated attacks struck rural communities in Guma local government area of Benue State and parts of Awe Axis in Nasarawa State. Governor Hyacinth Alia of Benue State confirmed multiple deaths and widespread destruction, describing the attacks as barbaric. Residents including Samuel Teva and Hawa Musa reported that their families were killed or displaced as armed men burned homes and blocked escape routes. Emergency agencies including NEMA are managing displacement in camps around Makurdi, while humanitarian groups warn of worsening food insecurity. Between late March and April 2026, armed groups launched multiple attacks across Kajuru, Birnungwari, Giwa, and Kauru local government areas in Kaduna State. A church in a rural Kajuru community was attacked during Sunday service, with Pastor Yohana Danladi reporting worshippers were abducted during prayers. Kaduna State Governor Ubasani condemned the attacks and ordered intensified security operations. Security analyst Dr. Kabir Adamu says over 150 kidnappings may have occurred in recent weeks, with victims moved through forest corridors into Zamfara and Niger states. Between 12 to 13 April 2026, insurgents suspected to be from ISWAP and Boko Haram factions attacked military bases in Bama and Dikwa, Borno State. Army spokesperson Brigadier General Onyema Nwachukwu confirmed that soldiers were killed and weapons were stolen during the coordinated assault. Residents including Ibrahim Goni and Aisha Mustafa described heavy gunfire lasting hours through the night. Governor Babagana Zulum has called for reinforcement of military positions near Lake Chad basin corridors. Thousands gathered across Lagos Island, including Campus Square, Marina, Broad Street, and Tokumbo Street, for the 2026 Lagos Fancy Carnival. Lagos State Commissioner for Tourism Toke Benson Awoyinka and Special Advisor Idris Aregbe led official participation. Performers such as Alhaji Rashid Adewale, Baba Samba Lagos, and Brazilian-Nigerian dancer Maria Silva highlighted Afro-Brazilian cultural fusion. Tourism officials confirmed high hotel occupancy in Victoria Island and Lekki, while CP Olowundare Jimo supervised security operations. And that brings us to the end of the Papyrus Global Television National News Update. Before we go, here is a recap of our main stories. NAF airstrike hit civilian market in Zamfara. Over 300 convicted in Abuja terrorism trial. Nigeria budget sparks deficit concerns. CBN reforms improve naira stability. For breaking updates, visit papyrusdaily.com. I am Christiana Babayo. Thanks for watching.